The only person in history to lead the NCAA, NBA, and ABA in scoring was never shy about getting his shot. In fact, Ricky Barry was an aggressive force who used any means necessary to score and ultimately to win. Playing with an unrivaled passion and competitive streak, Barry was known for his slashing drives to the hoop with such reckless abandon that they either landed him 2 points or a trip to the free throw line where he was automatic. Despite his modern style of basketball, his unique underhanded technique at the charity stripe was reminiscent of basketball's early days. In 1965, Barry single-handedly resurrected the University of Miami program, earning All-America honors while leading the nation in scoring, 37.4 ppg in his senior year. The next year, Barry won Rookie of the Year honors in the NBA. From the perimeter, his dead-eye outside jump shot was a lethal weapon that helped the Golden State Warriors to the 1975 NBA title. Barry picked up the Finals Most Valuable Player award for his efforts. His dynamic scoring ability was powered by his deceptive quickness, mid-range shooting ability, and remarkable efficiency from the free throw line. He earned the nickname the Miami Greyhound because of how quick and slender he was. He has a case for being the best free throw shooter of all time. Across all NBA, ABA, or BAA seasons, Rick Barry is the only player to shoot 89% from the line while attempting more than 6,000 career free throws. Those offensive skills would propel him to a scoring title in 1967, when he averaged 36.5 points per game and led the NBA with 1,011 field goals made and 738 free throws made. For such a volume shooter, 28.7 FGA that year, Barry shot amazingly well. From the field, he was at 45%, and from the line, he was at 88%. Michael Jordan would join him in 1986-87 as the only other player to average 35 points per game with a field goal percentage of 45% and a free throw percentage of 85%. That same year, on top of all of the scoring, Barry managed to average 9.2 rebounds per game and is one of 3 players to average 35 ppg, 9 rpg for a season. In the subsequent years, Barry took a minor step back, but was still averaging anywhere from 21 to 34 points per game, and he was able to maintain his shooting percentages, consistently shooting in the mid-40s from the field and the low 90s from the foul line. He was so proficient from the line. In fact, he led the league 6 times, finishing just 1 season shy of Bill Sharman's record. When Nate Archibald was selected in the second round of the 1970 NBA draft by the Cincinnati Royals, scouts just hoped the 6' 1" guard from the University of Texas El Paso could handle the NBA game and stay in the league a few seasons. Tiny Archibald managed a lot more than that. Although shy and diminutive, Archibald proved to be unstoppable in the lane, a pinpoint passer with eyes everywhere, and an outside shooter with unlimited range. He lasted 14 seasons, was a 6-time NBA All-Star, and was a 3-time All-NBA first-team performer. Archibald's game, a potent mix of penetration, shooting, and passing, became the standard for players of his size and ability. In 1972, Archibald's first season with the Kansas City Omaha Kings, he averaged 34 points and 11.4 assists per outing, becoming the only player in NBA history to lead the league in those categories in the same season. Archibald established once and for all that the little man still belonged in professional basketball.
The world may never again see an athlete dominate sport for as long as as masterful as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. From the time he stepped into the court as Lou Alcindor at Powell Memorial High School in his native New York City, to the years he owned college 18 times and got past the first round 14. His teams reached the NBA Finals on 10 occasions. Abdul-Jabbar's trademark skyhook was so precise that he left defenders helpless, and the captain's signature move is now widely considered basketball's most classic and lethal offensive weapon. He loafed the graceful shot over outstretched hands for the better part of 4 decades, bringing finesse and agility to the center position, traits he substituted for brute force and strength, while scoring one at every level during his prolific career.
The Celtics' legendary playmaker is the only person in NBA history to win MVP, Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year in a career. Once every generation or so, a player comes along who can truly be called a superstar. Larry Bird was such a player. For 13 seasons with the Boston Celtics, from 1979 to 80 through 1991-92, Bird personified hustle, consistency and excellence in all areas of play as a scorer, a passer, a rebounder, a defender, a team player, and, perhaps above all, as a clutch performer. Bird was so self-confident that he was known to waltz up to the opponent's bench before tip-off and predict a 40-point performance for himself. He was such a deadly shooter that he sometimes practiced three-pointers with his eyes closed. Among Bird's contemporaries, perhaps only Earvin "Magic" Johnson was considered a better passer and was a player who he would inextricably be linked with forever. Few played tougher than Bird, who would leap into crowds and overpress tables for loose balls. Bird was the embodiment of Celtics pride. He was a classy, confident, hardworking player who thrived on pressure and inspired teammates to excel. Like Bob Cousy, Bill Russell, John Havlicek and Dave Cohen's, the low-key Bird never forced a spotlight upon himself, but rather was a player who brought out the best in the players around him. But even those legendary players didn't fill Boston Garden, wowing fans and dominating games as Bird did. Bird helped rebuild a Celtics franchise that had been suffering from substandard play and poor attendance in the late 1970s. With Bird as the focal point of a well-rounded squad, the Celtics won 3 NBA titles and 10 Atlantic Division crowns. In addition to his 3 championship rings, Bird piled up an awesome collection of personal achievements. He became only the 3rd player and the first non-center to win 3 consecutive NBA Most Valuable Player awards. He was a 12-time All-Star, a 2-time NBA Finals MVP, and a 9-time member of the All-NBA First Team. He led the league in free throw percentage 4 times. An obsessive perfectionist, Bird was idolized by Celtic fans and basketball purists of all allegiances. His last-second heroics, ranging from seemingly impossible reverse layups to miraculous 35-foot bombs over multiple defenders, never ceased to amaze those who followed his career. Larry Bird has helped define the way a generation of basketball fans has come to view and appreciate the NBA, said Commissioner David J. Stern when Bird retired due to a painful back condition in 1992 after capturing a gold medal with the original Dream Team at the Olympics in Barcelona. Fans were filling not only Boston Garden, which sold out the final 541 games of Bird's career, but arenas all over the country to witness Bird's exploits. Along with Magic, Bird was revitalizing the NBA, helping the league live up to its new slogan, NBA Action. It's fantastic. After only 2 seasons, fans, coaches and players knew exactly what Bird was all about. Big numbers and clutch performances. Bird's concentration and composure were unmatched. He was unflappable and virtually unstoppable. The hours he had spent working on his shot as a youngster paid big dividends in the NBA. No other player in his era was as good or as consistent a shooter as Bird. Maurice "Mo" Cheeks was seldom the flashiest player on the court, but his steady, all-around game proved invaluable to the teammates and coaches who appreciate team play and defense the most. A consummate professional, Cheeks always put the team first, evidenced by the fact that he led his team in assists all 4 years of high school and later in college at West Texas State. Cheeks was selected with the 36th pick in the second round of the 1978 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. He had his best seasons with the 76ers. At the young age of 22 he gained a notable role on the 76ers, solidifying himself as the starting point guard and earning himself valuable minutes. The 76ers were also in playoff contention for every year that he was on the team, except for the 1987-1988 season. By his fifth year in the league, he was selected to his first All-Star appearance and had averaged 12.5 points, 6.9 assists, and 2.3 steals for the 1982-1983 season. The 76ers also had the best season in this era, having a 65-17 record, which is the second-best season record in the 76ers franchise history. They would go on to win the NBA championship that year, which was Cheeks' first and only championship. He would be an integral part of the 76ers for the rest of his time in Philadelphia. However, the 76ers failed to repeat the level of success that they reached in the 1982-1983 season. He would be selected to 3 more All-Star appearances from 1986 to 1988. In the 1986 playoffs he averaged a playoff career-high 20.8 points throughout the whole postseason. In the 1986-87 season he would average a career-high 15.6 points in what was considered the best season of his career. However, the Sixers were no longer elite title contenders and lost in the first round in the 1987 playoffs. The following year they missed the playoffs in what was Cheeks' last All-Star appearance. Cheeks played one more season for the Sixers. They were back in the playoffs but got swept in the first round by the New York Knicks. He was a prototypical point guard, making life miserable for the opponent on one end and working tirelessly to set up his teammates on the other. The 4-time NBA All-Star finished his career as the league's all-time leader in steals and ranked 5th in assists, all while shooting better than 52% from the floor. A fan favorite in the city of brotherly love, the unselfish guard was honored as one of only 7 former Sixers players to have his number retired. What 6'9" center Dave Cohen's lacked in size he made up for with an aggressive, all-encompassing desire to win. Cohen's went full throttle from the opening tip and played every game with great passion. Rather than follow the traditional notion of a basketball center as a back-to-the-basket pivot man, Cohen's roamed the outside, shooting soft jumpers or driving to the basket. The Big Reed began playing basketball his junior year in high school, but he still managed to earn a scholarship to Florida State University, where he averaged a double-double in points and rebounds. Although criticized for being too small to play center, when Cohen shared the NBA Rookie of the Year award with Portland's Jeff Petrie in 1971, he quickly silenced any doubters. He averaged a double-double in points and rebounds for his career despite facing opposing centers that physically dwarfed him. Cohen was a key member of the Boston Celtics' 1974 and 1976 NBA championship teams. In 1970-71, Cohen was named the Co-NBA Rookie of the Year with Jeff Petrie of the Portland Trail Blazers. In his first year with the Celtics, Dave averaged 17.0 points per game, 15.0 rebounds per game, and 2.8 assists per game. During his 11-year NBA career, Cohen was an NBA All-Star 8 times. In 1973 he was selected the All-Star Game Most Valuable Player. Achieving the ultimate individual goal, Dave was named the 1972-73 NBA Most Valuable Player. Cohen helped lead the Boston Celtics to 2 NBA championships in 1974 and 1976. Others on those 2 squads included Hall of Famers Joe White and John Havlicek, as well as Paul Silas and Don Nelson. Dave was selected to the All-NBA Second Team 3 times. He also made the NBA All-Defensive First Team once and the NBA All-Defensive Second Team twice. Dave started playing basketball when he was a junior in high school. With relatively little experience, he was able to earn a scholarship from Florida State University. As a Seminole, Cohen's averaged a double-double in points and rebounds during his college career. The Boston Celtics chose Cohen's with the 4th overall pick in the 1970 NBA draft, following Bob Lanier, Rudy Tomjanovich, and Pete Maravich. The Celtics needed a new center since the great Bill Russell had retired in 1969. Cohen's retired following the 1979-80 season, having played 1 year with new Celtic legend in the making Larry Bird. 2 years later, at the request of friend, former teammate, and Milwaukee Bucks coach Don Nelson, Dave returned to the league for 40 games with the Bucks during the 1982-83 season. Dave finished his NBA career with averages of 17.6 points, 13.6 rebounds, and 3.8 rebounds per game. In 1996, Cohen's was honored as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. Cohen's number 18 jersey was retired by the Boston Celtics on February 8, 1981. Dandridge was named to the NBA All-Rookie team in 1970. In just his second season, Dandridge played an important part on the Milwaukee Bucks team that won the NBA championship in 1971, averaging 19.2 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per playoff game, alongside the Hall of Fame duo of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robertson. On January 23, 1976, Dandridge scored a career-high 40 points in a 113-97 win over the Kansas City Kings. He played a total of 13 seasons in the NBA, 9 of them with the Bucks as well as 4 with the Washington Bullets, with whom he won an NBA championship in 1978 during his first season with the team, while forming the frontcourt with another future Hall of Fame duo, Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld. In Game 2 of the 1978 NBA Finals, Dandridge led all scorers with 34 points en route to a Bullets win. His dunk in Game 7 of the 1978 Finals sealed the Bullets' championship victory. Dandridge returned to the Bucks for 11 games in 1981 before retiring. In his career, he averaged 18.5 points per game over 839 regular season games and 20 points per game in 98 playoff games and was a 4-time NBA All-Star. Dandridge is usually mentioned as one of the NBA's best forwards in the 1970s. Dandridge scored more points in the NBA Finals in the 1970s than any other player, including Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He scored a total of 450 points in 4 NBA Finals played, playing a total of 23 games, garnering an average of over 19 points a game, most notably scoring 109 points in the 1979 NBA Finals, which was the most on his Washington Bullets team. In 2021, Dandridge was elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
Adrien Dantley was one of the most prolific scorers and one of the greatest undersized forwards in NBA history. He began his basketball education under the watchful eye of Hall of Fame coach Morgan Wooten at DeMatha Catholic in Hyattsville, Maryland. From there he enrolled at Notre Dame, where he was a unanimous first-team All-America selection in 1975 and 1976 and played a key role in the Irish snapping UCLA's 88-game winning streak in 1974. After graduation, Dantley led the 1976 U.S. Olympic team to gold, when he again led his team in scoring before embarking on a 15-year NBA career. He was a power forward's worst nightmare, mastering the art of maneuvering around slower defenders, twisting and turning his body on the way to the basket. Smaller defenders were in for a long night, as well as Dantley was strong enough to post up players of all shapes and sizes. He led the NBA in scoring twice and averaged better than 30 points per game each season between 1981 and 1984. The 6-time NBA All-Star finished his career with 23,177 points, Adrien Dantley was a talented scorer who led the NBA in scoring in both 1980-81, 30.7 points per game, and 1983-84, 30.6 points per game. Dantley was a powerful yet agile forward who had the ability to post up on the inside or use his speed and moves to go by bigger forwards. Adrien scored almost one-third of his career points in the NBA at the free throw line, showing that the only way that many defenders could stop him from scoring was by fouling him. On January 19, 1974, Adrien was instrumental in the victory as Notre Dame ended UCLA's NCAA record 88-game winning streak. John Wooden was the coach for that powerful Bruin team, which included Bill Walton, Jamal Wilkes, and Dave Myers. Dantley played for 7 different teams during his 15-year pro basketball career. Those teams, in chronological order, were the Buffalo Braves, Indiana Pacers, Los Angeles Lakers, Utah Jazz, Detroit Pistons, Dallas Mavericks, and Milwaukee Bucks. Adrien had a knack for drawing fouls and scored many points at the free throw line. He led the NBA in free throws made 5 times and in free throws attempted 3 times. Dantley retired from the NBA as its 9th leading career scorer with 23,177 points. At that time, he was also 5th on the all-time list of free throws made with 6,832. Adrien finished his career with averages of 24.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.0 assists per game. He also shot 54% from the field and nearly 82% from the charity stripe. A pillar of sportsmanship and one of the NBA's greatest defensive players, Joe Dumars played his entire professional career, 14 seasons, with the Detroit Pistons. Drafted in 1985 out of McNeese State, the Pistons would make 3 NBA Finals appearances within the next 6 seasons, winning the franchise's first title in 1989 and a second in 1990. The MVP of the 1989 NBA Finals averaged nearly 28 points per game that series, sparking Detroit's sweep of the Los Angeles Lakers. Dumars went on to dominate the Pistons' record books, ranking first in games played, 1,018, and three-point field goals made, 990, and second in scoring, 16,401, assists, 4,612, and steals, 902. Dumars was also a member of the gold medal USA Basketball World Championships team in 1994, the same year he tied an NBA record hitting 10 three-pointers in a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He subsequently received the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award for community involvement. A true leader in basketball circles, Dumars served as a mentor to NBA rookies and others for his classy demeanor and is the namesake for the NBA's Sportsmanship Award. During his 4 years at McNeese State University, Dumars averaged 22.5 points per game, including 25.8 points per game as a senior, good for 6th in the nation. He finished his college career as the 11th leading scorer in NCAA history. Drafted 18th overall in the first round of the 1985 NBA Draft, he played guard for the Detroit Pistons for his entire career, from 1985 to 1999. He won 2 championships as a player in 1989 and 1990, and was voted the 1989 Finals MVP, averaging 27.3 points per game as the Pistons swept the Los Angeles Lakers in 4 games. The following year, he won accolades during the Eastern Conference Finals when, with Dennis Rodman, he was a cornerstone of Coach Chuck Daly's Jordan Rules defensive playbook, which forced the Chicago Bulls to change their offensive strategy to include less of Michael Jordan and more of the other members of the team. According to Jordan, Dumars was the best defender he ever faced in the NBA. In the 1990 NBA Finals against the Portland Trail Blazers, Dumars averaged 20.6 points, including 33 points in a pivotal Game 3 win that took place the same day his father had died. With his father's death imminent, Dumars had instructed his wife, Debbie, not to tell him any news about his condition until after the game. However, Debbie did tell Isaiah Thomas, who told the rest of the team. After the game, Thomas spoke about an off-balance prayer Dumars tossed up that somehow went in the basket, saying his first thought was, "Your father put that one in, Joe." Although he was a member of the famed Bad Boys, teams known for their aggressive play and demeanor, he became personally known for his quiet and upstanding behavior. He was the first recipient of the NBA Sportsmanship Award, which has been named the Joe Dumars Trophy. His number 4 jersey was retired by the Pistons in March 2000. He has the distinction as being the only Pistons player to ever wear this number since moving to Detroit. During the 1980s, Alex English was regarded as one of the most talented, complete, and powerful players in the game. He was everything a coach could ask for: quiet and self-assured, coachable and prepared, and always willing to play. English was a prolific scorer and a force on offense with unequaled shooting and driving abilities. He was the first player in NBA history to score 2,000 points in 8 straight seasons. He was fluid, effective, and graceful. In a 10-year period, he set 31 Denver Nuggets franchise records. When necessary, English had an offensive arsenal that allowed him to easily generate his own shot and fill the basket thanks to the Nuggets' fast-paced attack. When he graduated from South Carolina, English, who played for Hall of Fame coach Frank McGuire, rated first in scoring and third in rebounding. In school history, only English started every game, scored 1,000 points, and grabbed 1,000 rebounds. English averaged a then-career-high 23.8 points in 1980-81, his first full season with the Nuggets. English averaged 25.4 points during the 1981-82 season, and the team made it to the postseason. He earned a spot on the NBA second team and All-Star team. With an average of 28.4 points per game the next season, 1982-83, English claimed the league scoring crown, while teammate Kiki Vandeweghe finished in second place with 26.7 points per game. Then, in terms of scoring, English finished fourth in the league in 1983-84. English increased his scoring average to 27.9 points in the 1984-85 season to help fill the void left by Kiki Vandeweghe's departure. Denver claimed the second seed in the Western Conference by winning its division. English averaged 30.2 points during the 1985 postseason as the Nuggets beat the San Antonio Spurs and Utah Jazz to advance to the Western Conference Finals, where they lost to the eventual NBA champion Lakers in 5 games. In Game 4, English hurt his right thumb, which necessitated surgery and prevented him from playing the rest of the series. Some believed that English's injury almost certainly would have led to a Laker victory in the series because the Nuggets were already suffering with injuries to other players. "I think that if I had not broken my thumb, we had a shot to beat the Lakers," English remarked in a 2006 interview. The following 1985-86 season saw English average a career-high 29.8 points per game, finishing third in the league behind Adrien Dantley of the Utah Jazz and Dominique Wilkins of the Atlanta Hawks. English established his All-Star career high in the 1986 NBA All-Star Game by contributing 16 points for the West team in 16 minutes while coming off the bench on 8 of 12 shooting. English guided the Nuggets past the Trailblazers in the opening round of the 1986 NBA playoffs. English averaged 29.2 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists over the course of a 6-game series against the Rockets, who eventually won the Western Conference. English tied his personal Nuggets single-game playoff scoring record with 42 points in the series' decisive game, a 126-122 loss on May 8, 1986. English won the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award in 1988 for his volunteer work in the community. English was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2006. Everywhere he played, Julius Irving could jump, run, shoot, score, dunk, play defense, grab rebounds, and fill arena seats. Everyone enjoyed playing and watching Dr. J's in-your-face hoops game because he made it entertaining for both players and spectators. Irving revolutionized the forward position during the course of his 16 glittering seasons in the ABA and NBA. Dr. J's pursuers were aware of his whereabouts, but getting there in time to halt his offensive attack was another story. Irving popularized flying as he danced through the air while playing above the rim. Many people referred to him as an American gem because of his flair and grace both on and off the court. Irving, who won the ABA Most Valuable Player award twice, guided the New York Nets to 2 ABA titles. Irving joined the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA in 1976 after moving there. He and Moses Malone led the Philadelphia 76ers to the NBA title in 1983. Dr. J became well-known all around the world thanks to his exceptional athleticism and star power. During the 1976 ABA dunk contest, Dr. J demonstrated his ability to lift off from the free throw line, float in the air, and finish with a powerful dunk. He was also known for starting the move on one side of the hoop and finishing it with a reverse layup on the other. In Denver, Julius defeated Larry Kennan, David Thompson, Artis Gilmore, and George Gervin to win the 1976 ABA Slam Dunk Contest. In his 16 professional seasons, Irving was selected to the NBA All-Star Team 11 times and the ABA 5 times. In 1974, 1975, co-MVP, and 1976, Julius was voted the ABA MVP. In 1981, he won NBA MVP. In 1974 and 1976, Irving led the New York Nets to ABA titles. With Moses Malone, Maurice Cheeks, Bobby Jones, and others, he guided the Philadelphia 76ers to the NBA title in 1983. In 1996, Julius Irving was named one of the top 50 players in NBA history. After his junior year, Irving dropped out of the University of Massachusetts to pursue a career in basketball. Julius had never played in person until the Virginia Squires of the ABA signed him to a contract. Neither general manager Johnny Kerr nor coach Al Bianchi had either. Julius was the ABA's top scorer in both the 1973-74, 2,299, and the 1975-76 seasons, 2,462. He played a crucial role in the NBA and ABA union. Julius Irving was included because the NBA wants to snag the best players from the ABA. The Nets essentially had to sell Julius Irving to the Philadelphia 76ers in order to raise the money necessary for their entry into the NBA in 1976. Irving never once missed the playoffs in his 16 seasons combined in the ABA and NBA. Irving played basketball in a way that was tremendously entertaining for the crowd, but even after he stopped playing, he continued to represent the sport with grace and elegance. From 1967 through 1977, Knicks great Walt Frasier was the toast of New York City thanks to his Rolls-Royce, knee-length fur coats, and chic fedora hats. On the field, Frasier was a total gentleman. He acquired the moniker Clyde due to his fast hands on defense and cool, collected manner. Frasier guided Southern Illinois to the Division II Finals in 1965 while a student there. In addition to winning Most Valuable Player, Frasier led the Sioux Salukis to the NIT Championship. The New York Knicks selected Frasier with the 5th overall pick. He went on to average 9.0 points per game and earn a spot on the NBA All-Rookie team in the 1967-68 season. Because he wore a fedora like Warren Beatty's character Clyde Barrow in the 1967 movie Bonnie and Clyde, who played Clyde Barrow, he earned the moniker Clyde during his first season with the Knicks. With an average of 17.5 points, 7.9 assists, and 6.2 rebounds per game as a sophomore, Frasier was among the league's most improved players. Lucius Allen protecting Frasier while holding the ball in 1969. On October 30, 1969, Frasier outscored the Houston Rockets 123-110 while adding 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 43 points. The first of Frasier's 7 NBA All-Star selections during his 10 years with the Knicks came in the 1969-70 season. Thanks to the outstanding play of star teammate Willis Reed and Frasier, the Knicks reached the 1970 NBA Finals. But Reed sustained a nasty leg injury in Game 5. The Knicks' chances of winning the championship were bleak without Reed. Reed, though, made a comeback in the series. Reed played the first 2 minutes of Game 7 and scored its first 2 points before limping off. With Reed out, Frasier went on to put forth one of the best playoff performances in NBA history, guiding New York to victory in what ESPN calls one of the best Game 7s ever played with 36 points, 7 rebounds, 19 assists, and 6 steals. Even though Frasier averaged 20.4 points per game during the second series, the Knicks were unable to repeat as champions in 1971, losing to the Baltimore Bullets and their outstanding shooting guard Earl Monroe in the second round of the playoffs. In a preseason exhibition game between the NBA and ABA All-Stars that took place in Houston's Astrodome in May 1971, Frasier led all scorers with 26 points and won MVP honors. After the 1970-71 campaign, the Knicks acquired Monroe, who Frasier always found challenging to guard. Few believed the two players' playing styles would complement one another, but Monroe and Frasier quickly rose to the top of the league, earning the moniker the Rolls-Royce backcourt. In 1972, the Knicks made it back to the NBA Finals but lost to the Los Angeles Lakers, who finished a record-setting season with the title. In 1973, Frasier guided the Knicks to their second NBA title by defeating the Lakers in a 5-game series. His defense of Jerry West was crucial in the team's victory against the star-studded opposition. Frasier was chosen for his 7th and last NBA All-Star game in 1976. Frasier held the franchise marks for the Knicks in terms of the most games, 759, minutes played, 28,995, field goals attempted, 11,669, field goals made, 5,736, free throws tried, 4,017, free throws made, 3,145, assists, 4,791, and points, 14,617. Most of the records were ultimately broken by Patrick Ewing, but Frasier's record for assists still stands. Smooth, graceful, creative, unstoppable, George "Iceman" Gervin was one of basketball's most electrifying players. His passion, his desire, his drive to succeed combined with his extraordinary athletic ability made Gervin a nightmare to defend. On April 9, 1978, Gervin won the closest individual scoring race in NBA history against fellow Hall of Famer David Thompson and established himself as one of the most prolific scorers of his era. In the final game of the season, Gervin scored 63 points to nip Thompson by just .06 points. One of only 3 players in NBA history to win 4 or more league scoring titles, 1978, 1979, 1980, 1982. Gervin captivated fans for 14 professional seasons with the Virginia Squires, 1972-1974, San Antonio Spurs, 1974-1985, and Chicago Bulls, 1985-1986. Gervin still holds the NBA record for most points in a quarter with 33, and his silky smooth finger roll, a shot he softly launched from any angle, was legendary. The 6'7" shooting guard who could handle the ball, drive the lane with his trademark finger roll finish, or hit the jumper from the outside. He was one of the first big guards to play in the NBA, where his height gave him the advantage against smaller guards and his quickness helped him to blow by forwards that were his size. George scored in double figures in an incredible 407 consecutive games. Gervin twice finished second in the NBA Most Valuable Player voting. In 1977-78 he finished behind Bill Walton, and in 1978-79 he was second to Moses Malone. George helped the San Antonio Spurs to the NBA playoffs 8 times. However, the closest they got to the NBA Finals was in 1978-79 when they lost to the Washington Bullets in the Eastern Conference Finals after taking a 3-1 lead in the series. Gervin made the ABA All-Rookie First Team in 1972-73 while playing for the Virginia Squires. During his career, he was also named All-ABA Second Team twice, All-NBA First Team 5 times, and All-NBA Second Team twice. George was an All-Star for 12 consecutive years from 1974 through 1985. The first 3 times he was an ABA All-Star and the last 9 times he was an NBA All-Star. In 1980 he was named the NBA All-Star Game Most Valuable Player. Gervin led the NBA in scoring 4 times in a 5-year span of time. He led the league with 27.2 ppg in 1977-1978, 29.6 ppg in 1978-1979, 33.1 ppg in 1979-1980, and 32.3 ppg in 1981-1982. With his 4 NBA scoring titles, Gervin stands in elite company. Only Michael Jordan, with 10, and Wilt Chamberlain, with 7, had more scoring titles than George Gervin. Allen Iverson also had 4 scoring titles during his career. In 9 years with the San Antonio Spurs, George helped them to win 5 division titles. In 1996, Gervin was named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. Artis Gilmore was basketball's greatest gentle giant. Standing 7 feet 2 inches, the A-Train was a force of nature, but his low-key disposition offset his impressive physical stature. His professional career lasted 17 seasons, starting in the ABA where the quietly dominant center managed 1 championship, 4 All-Defensive Team honors, and 3 Most Valuable Player awards, 1 regular season, 1 playoff, and 1 All-Star. His long arms and quick feet helped him block shots from clear out on the perimeter, shots that ordinary players never dreamed of reaching. Gilmore played during an era of great centers and thrived, still holding the NBA career record for highest field goal percentage at .599. A unanimous first-team All-America his junior season at Jacksonville University, Gilmore carried the Dolphins to the 1970 NCAA Final Four and national championship game. He led the nation in rebounding 2 seasons, and his career average of 22.7 boards per game is an NCAA record. In 1971-1972, Gilmore was selected the ABA Rookie of the Year and the ABA Most Valuable Player. Artis was an ABA All-Star 5 out of his 5 seasons and an NBA All-Star in 7 of his 12 seasons. In 1974 he was the ABA All-Star Game Most Valuable Player. Artis was named to the ABA First Team in all 5 years that he played for the Kentucky Colonels. Gilmore was selected to the ABA All-Defensive First Team 4 times and the NBA All-Defensive Second Team once. Hubie Brown, who coached Artis to an ABA championship in 1975, ranked Gilmore in the top 3 strongest men to play the game. The other two he named were Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal. Artis is widely considered the second-best ABA player, behind only Julius Irving. Artis finished his pro basketball career averaging 18.8 points per game, 17.1 NBA and 22.3 ABA, and 12.3 rebounds per game, 10.1 NBA and 17.1 ABA. Many were amazed at how long it took for Gilmore, one of the greatest centers to play the game, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. 23 years after he retired, Artis finally received the recognition that he so richly deserved. Career: 1971 to 1988 Hoff induction, 2011. A tenacious and fiery competitor, Gail Goodrich used intelligent ball-handling skills and excellent court vision to lead two of the most successful teams in basketball history. The crafty, left-handed guard guided the 1963-64 UCLA Bruins to a perfect 30-0 record, compiled a 78-11 three-year record, and won the 1964 and 1965 national championships. In both of those championship seasons, Goodrich was named to the NCAA Final Four All-Tournament team, and he finished as UCLA's all-time leading scorer, 1,690 points. With the Lakers, Goodrich helped the 1971-72 team to a 69-13 record and the NBA title, as well as an NBA record 33 consecutive wins while playing with fellow Hall of Famers Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain. Although many believed Goodrich was too small for the college game and too frail for the pros, he proved his doubters wrong. He was a better-than-average shooter, but his ability to score in a variety of ways was what really set him apart. Gail was a crafty, left-handed shooter who could score and distribute the ball. In college he was considered too small, and in the pros he was considered too frail. But Goodrich worked hard, and his accomplishments in the game of basketball at all levels speak for themselves. In 1965, Gail was a territorial draft pick by the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA draft. This practice, which ended after 1965, allowed teams to give up their first-round pick to select a local player that they believed would increase the team's fan base. The Lakers lost Goodrich in the 1968 expansion draft when he was selected by the Phoenix Suns. In 1968-69, Gail averaged 23.8 points per game and became the star of the new franchise. It was the first time in his career that Goodrich was a starter, and he made the most of his opportunity. He played for the Suns for 2 years before he was traded to the Lakers for center Mel Counts. The Lakers were thrilled to have him back. After Wilt retired in 1973 and West retired in 1974, the Lakers entered into a down cycle. Goodrich, after a messy contract dispute, decided to sign as a free agent with the Utah Jazz after the 1976 season. The Lakers, as compensation, were awarded 2 future first-round draft picks and a second-round draft pick from the Jazz. In the 1979 NBA draft, the Lakers used one of those draft choices, the number 1 overall pick, to select Hall of Famer and NBA legend Magic Johnson. Goodrich finished his NBA career with averages of 18.6 points, 3.2 rebounds and 4.7 assists per game. On November 20, 1996, the Lakers retired Goodrich's number 25 jersey. His number 25 jersey was also retired by UCLA on December 18, 2004. While aptly described as soft-spoken and modest, John Havlicek is regarded as the best sixth man in NBA history. Hondo, who popularized the integral role of the sixth man, was a collegiate star at Ohio State. An All-America and All-Big Ten selection in 1962, Hondo teamed with Larry Siegfried and fellow Hall of Famers Jerry Lucas and Bob Knight to land Ohio State the 1960 NCAA championship. Havlicek combined his running ability and endurance to establish a style of constant movement on offense and defense that frustrated opponents and added to the Boston Celtics' magic. Havlicek never stopped from the opening tip to the final buzzer, running circles around the opponent. Bigger and stronger than most guards and quicker than most forwards, Havlicek was a tough cover for the opposing team. At 6'5", John could handle the ball well. He was an effective shooter and a top defender. Havlicek starred as a sixth man on his early Celtic teams and was usually on the court during the crucial ending of games. John won 8 NBA championships with the Boston Celtics, playing alongside such Celtic greats as Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, Sam Jones, K.C. Jones, Tom Heinsohn, Frank Ramsey, Clyde Lovellette, Bailey Howell, Dave Cowens, and Joe White. He won his first NBA championship as a rookie in 1962 and his final championship 13 years later, in 1976. From the day he arrived in Boston, Havlicek was a scoring threat, and became the first player to score 1,000 points in 16 consecutive seasons. John was continually recognized as one of the top players in professional basketball. He was a 4-time All-NBA first-team selection, a 7-time All-NBA second-team selection, a 5-time All-Defensive first-team selection, and a 3-time All-Defensive team selection. In addition, Havlicek was on the NBA All-Rookie first team and was voted the most valuable player of the 1974 NBA Finals. During his 16 years with the Boston Celtics, coach Red Auerbach described Havlicek as the guts of the team. Havlicek was selected as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history in 1996. Connie Hawkins, aka Hawk, was an acrobatic forward whose large hands enabled him to palm the ball, swoop to the basket and throw down powerful dunks. Connie was also a great leaper who modeled parts of his game after Elgin Baylor. Hawkins paved the way for future stars who would also play above the rim. Coach Larry Brown once said that Connie was like Jordan before Michael Jordan and Julius before Julius Irving. Hawkins was recruited to play college basketball at Iowa in 1961. However, before he ever suited up to play a game for them, Connie was indirectly implicated in point-shaving scandal and was released by the team. Even though he was never arrested or convicted of any wrongdoing, the NBA blackballed him from the league. As a result, NBA fans were robbed of the opportunity to witness Hawkins in his prime. Hawkins starred at Boys High School in Brooklyn where he was named an All-American in 1960. In the ABA's first season in 1967-68, Connie and the Pittsburgh Pipers won the ABA championship by defeating the New Orleans Buccaneers in 7 games. In 1967-68, Hawkins was named the ABA Most Valuable Player and the ABA Playoffs Most Valuable Player. He led the ABA in scoring with 26.8 points per game and was second only to Mel Daniels with 13.5 rebounds per game. After suing the NBA for banning him, Connie received a financial settlement of over $1 million. Then the NBA allowed Connie into the league when he was 27 years old, beginning with the 1969-70 season. That year he averaged 24.6 points and 10.4 rebounds and was named to the All-NBA First Team along with Billy Cunningham, Walt Frasier, Willis Reed, and Jerry West. Hawkins was a 5-time All-Star, once in the ABA with the Pipers in 1968 and 4 consecutive times in the NBA with the Phoenix Suns from 1970 to 1973. Hawkins could dunk when he was only 11 years old. He grew up playing in the streets of New York, including at famed Rucker Park, and became a playground legend. Connie cried when informed that he had been selected for induction into the Hall of Fame. In an era before video was widespread, many never saw Hawkins in his basketball glory. His amazing abilities as a basketball player were recognized by his induction. Jerry Colangelo, former owner of the Phoenix Suns and the chairman of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, has said that if Hawkins had entered the NBA at a normal age after college, he could have gone down in history as a top 10 or 15 player. Possessing a devastating turnaround jump shot, Elvin Hayes got the most out his ability during a stellar collegiate and professional career. As a center at the University of Houston, his most memorable moment came on January 20, 1968, when Hayes out-dueled Lou Alcindor and UCLA in front of a capacity crowd of 52,693 at the Houston Astrodome. In the first ever, nationally televised college game in history, Hayes scored 39 points and had 15 rebounds for Houston, ending UCLA's 47-game win streak in what was called the Game of the Century. Hayes began his pro career in 1968 as the first overall pick in the draft by the Houston Rockets. His rookie campaign saw Hayes score 28.4 points per game, lead the NBA in scoring, and be named to the All-Rookie team. As a Baltimore, Washington Bullet, he teamed with Hall of Famer Wes Unseld to form a dominating frontcourt combination that led the Bullets to 3 NBA Finals and an NBA title over Seattle in 1978. As a three-time All-America, Hayes led Houston to an 81-12 record and 2 Final Four appearances. Hayes was an Iron Man who missed only 9 games during his 16-year NBA career. Elvin led the NBA in rebounding in 1969-70 with 16.9 rebounds per game and again in 1973-74 with 18.1 r.p.g. He finished his professional career with averages of 21.0 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 1.8 assists per game. Elvin and Finals MVP Wes Unseld led the Washington Bullets to the NBA championship in 1978. They defeated the Seattle Supersonics, who featured Fred Brown, Dennis Johnson, Gus Williams, and Jack Sikma, in 7 games. Between 1969 and 1980, Hayes was selected to the NBA All-Star Team 12 consecutive times. Elvin was recognized with a number of NBA All-League honors. In 1968-69 he was selected All-Rookie First Team and led the NBA in scoring with an average of 28.4 points per game. Hayes also made the All-NBA First Team 3 times, the All-NBA Second Team 3 times, and the All-Defensive Second Team twice. Hayes was named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history in 1996, joining fellow University of Houston players Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon. The youngest member of the 1968 gold medal-winning United States Olympic team, and its leading scorer, Spencer Haywood's journey in basketball was brilliant, though hardly conventional. He enrolled at the University of Detroit after a standout season at Trinidad State Junior College, and after only 2 years of college basketball, he was poised to take the next step in his basketball life. Haywood left college early and in one spectacular ABA season, Haywood was named Rookie of the Year and MVP while launching an all-out assault on the ABA records books. He set single-season records for rebounds, rebounding average, and minutes played while leading the league in scoring. Haywood then jumped leagues, signing with the Seattle Supersonics of the NBA, and suddenly professional basketball was never the same. NBA rules at that time kept players from turning professional until 4 years removed from high school. Haywood challenged the NBA, and after the United States Supreme Court ruled in favor of the big kid from Silver City, Mississippi, the NBA instituted the hardship rule, thus paving the way for undergraduates, and even high school players, to enter the NBA. This ruling opened the door for future athletes like Moses Malone, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe Bryant to enter the NBA earlier than was previously possible. In 1968, Spencer led Team USA to a perfect 9-0 record and the gold medal at the Olympics in Mexico City. He led the team in scoring with 16.1 points per game. Top scorers on that team also included Joe White and Charlie Scott. Haywood scored 145 points in the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, a total that wasn't surpassed until Kevin Durant scored 156 at the 2012 Olympics in London. Haywood won an NBA championship in 1980 as a key reserve for the Los Angeles Lakers. That Lakers team featured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and Jamal Wilkes. Spencer averaged over 20 points per game during his first 5 seasons in the NBA and finished his professional career, ABA and NBA, with averages of 20.3 points and 10.3 rebounds per game. Sweet Lou Hudson graduated in 1962 from James B. Dudley High School in Greensboro, North Carolina, where he was a 4-sport athlete. Hudson was a quarterback, a first baseman and a sprinter, besides playing basketball. Lou epitomized athleticism, said Dudley teammate Charlie Sanders, who went on to a Hall of Fame National Football League career. Football, basketball, baseball, track. He could do everything, and he could do everything well. He was the one guy who was instrumental in my pursuing athletics. When I saw Lou Hudson play, that's when I made my mind up that I wanted to be like him. Sanders later followed Hudson to the University of Minnesota. Hudson became part of the first black recruiting class at Minnesota, as he, Archie Clark and Don Yates enrolled at the University of Minnesota in 1964. He had also been recruited by North Carolina and coach Dean Smith. To say that Lou Hudson was just a brilliant offensive weapon, or just a natural scorer, would be to diminish the skill and grace that set him apart from his contemporaries. Sweet Lou could funnel in points from all over the floor, but no shot was more beautiful to watch than his effortless 15-foot jumper. Hudson perfected the shot to become one of the most lethal and efficient scorers of his era. In 13 NBA seasons, the 6-time NBA All-Star averaged over 20 points per game for his career. Even as a rookie, Hudson was the designated closer on a St. Louis Hawks team that featured Lenny Wilkens, Zelmo Beatty, Bill Bridges, Paul Silas, and Rod Thorne. Hudson proved he belonged, fueling the Hawks' offensive attack and leading the team in scoring his first season. Then, for a 7-year stretch from 1968 to 1975, Hudson averaged 24.7 points per game to lock in his status as one of basketball's premier guards. On November 10, 1969, in a game against the defensive-minded Jerry Sloan, Bob Love, Chet Walker Chicago Bulls, Hudson put up 57 points to set a franchise record for the Hawks. Hudson was a 6-time All-Star, all with the Hawks, who moved to Atlanta in 1968, and he earned the nickname, Sweet Lou, for his smooth and effective jump shot. Hudson's jersey number has been retired by both the Atlanta Hawks and the University of Minnesota. Retiring after the 1978-1979 season, Hudson scored 17,940 total points in 13 seasons, 1966 to 1979. He averaged 20.2 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2.7 assists and 1.4 steals per game in 890 games. He shot .489 from the field and .797 from the free throw line. He was the 12th all-time leading scorer in NBA history at the time of his retirement. Hudson was an even better performer in the NBA playoffs. Hudson averaged 21.3 points, 5.2 rebounds and 2.7 assists in 61 career playoff games. One of the hardest working players in basketball history, Dan Issel played in more than 1,200 games in his professional career and in fact missed only 24 games in his pro career. Nicknamed the Horse, Issel was the model of durability and consistency. His success was based largely on an old-fashioned, blue-collar work ethic. He had a rugged offensive game that featured strong, decisive moves in the paint and a reliable jump shot from 15 feet. A star at the University of Kentucky under Hall of Fame coach Adolph Rupp, Issel set 23 school records, including most points and rebounds, and led the Wildcats to 3 Southeastern Conference titles. In his senior year, Issel averaged 33.9 points per game and upped that average to 36 in the postseason to help Kentucky reach the Elite Eight. He enjoyed a 15-year ABA/NBA career with the Kentucky Colonels and the Denver Nuggets and concluded his Denver career as the franchise leader in rebounds. In 1974-75, Issel helped lead the Kentucky Colonels to the ABA championship, defeating the Indiana Pacers 4-1. Joining Issel on the Colonels were Artis Gilmore and Louis Dampier. The Pacers featured George McGinnis and included Roger Brown, who was playing his final season. Dan was a 7-time All-Star in his first 7 seasons of professional basketball. He was honored 5 times with the Kentucky Colonels and once with the Denver Nuggets in the ABA and once with the Denver Nuggets in the NBA. Issel shared 1970-71 ABA Rookie of the Year honors with Charlie Scott of the Virginia Squires. In his rookie campaign, Dan led the ABA in scoring with an average of 29.9 points per game. That year the Colonels lost the ABA Finals in 7 games to Zelmo Beatty and the Utah Stars. Dan finished his basketball career with averages of 22.6 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 2.4 assists. Often shooting from the outside, Dan put together a string of 8 seasons shooting over 50% from the field and ended his career connecting on 49.9% of his shots. Dan was a scorer. At his retirement in 1985 he ranked 5th in combined career points ABA-NBA. Only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Julius Irving, and Moses Malone had scored more points than Issel. One of the most graceful athletes ever to step onto a basketball court, Clyde, the Glide, Drexler earned his nickname for his seemingly effortless glides to the basket. Drexler's explosive first step helped him blow by defenders for his patented flights to the front of the rim. His jumping ability and quick feet were complemented by his perimeter game, making Drexler one of the most difficult players of his era to guard. In 12 seasons with Portland, Drexler was an 8-time All-Star and led the Trailblazers to the NBA Finals in 1990 and 1992. After being traded to Houston in 1995, Drexler was reunited with college teammate Hakeem Olajuwon, and helped lead the Rockets to the franchise's second NBA championship. At the University of Houston, Drexler played a starring role on the famed Phi Slamma Jamma team that made 2 consecutive appearances in the NCAA's Final Four. Clyde was a 10-time NBA All-Star during his 15-year NBA career. Drexler was selected to the All-NBA First Team once, the All-NBA Second Team twice, and the All-NBA Third Team twice. Clyde was part of the Dream Team that won the Olympic basketball gold medal in Barcelona in 1992. It was the first time that NBA players participated in the Olympics. The Dream Team was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a team in 2010. In 1995, after being reunited with Hakeem Olajuwon on the Houston Rockets, Clyde won an NBA championship. In the Rockets' final sweep of the Orlando Magic, Drexler averaged 21.5 ppg, 9.5 rpg, and 6.8 apg. Drexler was named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history in 1996. Clyde was part of the famed Phi Slama Jama basketball team at the University of Houston. Along with Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde helped lead the Cougars to 3 straight NCAA Final Four appearances from 1982 to 1984 with a wide-open fast break style that included many powerful dunks. Drexler led the Portland Trail Blazers to 2 NBA Finals. In 1990, the Blazers lost to the Detroit Pistons Bad Boys that featured Hall of Famers Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and Dennis Rodman. In 1992, they lost to Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the Chicago Bulls. Clyde finished his NBA career averaging 20.4 points per game, 5.6 assists per game, and 6.1 rebounds per game. When he retired from basketball, Drexler had become the 3rd player in NBA history to top 20,000 points, 6,000 rebounds, and 3,000 assists, joining Oscar Robertson and John Havlicek. Clyde Drexler has had his jersey retired by 3 different basketball teams: the University of Houston Cougars, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Houston Rockets. In the final moments and closing seconds of the games that mattered most, Dennis Johnson always rose to the occasion. During his 14-year NBA career, the defensive-minded point guard played for the Seattle Supersonics, the Phoenix Suns, and the Boston Celtics. Drafted by Seattle in 1976, Johnson helped the Sonics secure the franchise's only NBA championship in 1979 when he scored 32 points in a Game 4 overtime victory and was named Finals MVP in only his 3rd year in the league. Dennis Johnson, also known as DJ, was the point guard who led the Big Three of Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish to 2 NBA championships in the 1980s. His quick hands and sure feet made him a constant threat to steal the ball and lead the fast break, creating instant offense for his teammates. In Game 5 of the 1987 Eastern Conference Finals, he cemented his Celtic legacy when he displayed his uncanny court sense and cut to the basket, taking the pass from Larry Bird and putting up a twisting layup at the buzzer to defeat the Pistons. Johnson bonded with teammates Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish to win 2 NBA championships in 1984 and 1986. Dennis was a 5-time NBA All-Star selection from 1979 to 1982 and 1985. Johnson was known as one of the top defenders in the game. He was named to the NBA All-Defensive First Team 6 times and was selected to the All-Defensive Second Team 3 times. Dennis was All-NBA First Team once, 1980-81, and All-NBA Second Team once, 1979-80. Well respected by his peers, Johnson ended his 14-year pro career with 15,535 points, 5,499 assists, 4,249 rebounds, 1,477 steals, and 675 blocks. The 2 most iconic basketball stars of the 1980s, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, both had high praise for Dennis Johnson. Larry called him the best player he had played with in his life, and Magic said Dennis was the greatest defensive player he ever played against. His number 3 jersey was retired by the Celtics in 1991. Few players in history exhibited as much enthusiasm for basketball or displayed such an engaging personality both on and off the court as Irvin "Magic" Johnson. Johnson was first given the nickname Magic by a sportswriter who saw him play at Everett High School in Michigan. He led Everett to a state high school title in 1977. Magic's incredible passion, coupled with his amazing skills, dazzled generations of fans and turned basketball into showtime. At 6'9", Johnson was a point guard in a power forward's body. No player Johnson's size had ever done what he could do with a basketball, and his incredible talents resulted in a national championship at Michigan State and 5 NBA titles with the Los Angeles Lakers. When he retired from the NBA, Johnson was the all-time leader in assists. Magic redefined the sphere of traditional position play because he excelled at every phase of the game. As a rookie in the 1980 NBA Finals, Johnson played all 5 positions, scored 42 points, and was named NBA Finals MVP. Following his star-studded scholastic career at Lansing Everett High School and All-America career at Michigan State, Johnson became an immediate NBA superstar, becoming a 12-time All-Star, a 2-time All-Star Game MVP, and 9-time All-NBA First-Team honoree. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird faced off in the classic 1979 NCAA National Championship game, with Magic and the Michigan Spartans winning the title. He was first-team All-NBA for 9 consecutive years from 1983 through 1991. Johnson won the NBA Most Valuable Player award 3 times, 1987, 1989, and 1990. Magic Johnson played his entire career with the Los Angeles Lakers, winning 5 NBA championships in 1980, 1982, 1985, 1987, and 1988. Johnson was the type of unique player who comes along about every 10 years. NBA.com's Magic biography says, he was what Bob Cousy was to the 1950s, what Oscar Robertson was to the 1960s, what Julius Irving was to the 1970s. Magic has made a huge impact in the lives of others both on and off the basketball court. On the court he was a champion and his style of play was highly entertaining for the fans. Off the court, Johnson led the fight against AIDS and became a highly successful businessman who helped transform the inner city and change lives. Bobby Jones, a renowned basketball player, cemented his legacy as one of the all-time greats in the NBA. Born on December 18, 1951, in Charlotte, North Carolina, Jones was known for his exceptional defensive skills, versatility, and selfless style of play. He earned his place in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2019, recognizing his significant contributions to the sport. Jones began his professional career in the ABA with the Denver Nuggets in 1974. After the ABA-NBA merger in 1976, he continued playing for the Nuggets in the NBA until 1978. He then joined the Philadelphia 76ers, where he spent the majority of his NBA career, playing from 1978 to 1986. While Jones wasn't a prolific scorer, his impact on the game came primarily from his exceptional defense and team-oriented play. He possessed remarkable quickness, agility, and anticipation, making him a versatile defender capable of guarding multiple positions. Jones's defensive skills earned him recognition as one of the best defenders in NBA history. In addition to his defensive prowess, Jones was known for his unselfishness and basketball IQ. He prioritized team success over individual accolades and was admired for his ability to make the right plays and set up his teammates. Jones consistently made smart decisions on the court, showcasing excellent passing and basketball fundamentals. Throughout his NBA career, Jones played in 774 games, averaging 9.0 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.7 assists per game. He shot an impressive 55.9% from the field and 79.9% from the free throw line. While these statistics may not reflect his full impact on the game, they highlight his efficiency and effectiveness when given the opportunity. Jones's contributions to the sport extended beyond his NBA career. He represented the United States in international competitions, winning a gold medal in the 1976 Montreal Olympics and a silver medal in the 1972 Munich Olympics. He was recognized for his exceptional sportsmanship and represented the ideals of fair play and teamwork throughout his career. Off the court, Jones exemplified professionalism and humility. He was respected by teammates, opponents, and fans for his character and integrity. After retiring from professional basketball, Jones remained involved in the sport as a coach and mentor, sharing his knowledge and passion with younger generations. Bobby Jones's impact on the NBA and the sport of basketball cannot be understated. His defensive skills, versatility, and unselfish style of play made him a valuable asset to any team he played for. His legacy as a selfless team player and outstanding ambassador for the game will continue to inspire future generations of basketball players. Bernard King is a basketball legend who had a remarkable career in the NBA. Born on December 4, 1956, in Brooklyn, New York, King's journey to basketball greatness began early in life as he honed his skills on the playgrounds of his hometown. Standing at 6 feet 7 inches, King was a small forward with an incredible scoring ability. He had a smooth and versatile offensive game, capable of scoring from anywhere on the court. His signature move was the turnaround jump shot, which he executed with precision and grace. King's NBA career began in 1977 when he was drafted 7th overall by the New Jersey Nets. He quickly made a name for himself as a scoring machine, earning the nickname King for his dominance on the court. After a few successful seasons with the Nets, he was traded to the Utah Jazz in 1979. And then to the Golden State Warriors in 1980, where he continued to shine as one of the league's top scorers. However, it was during his time with the New York Knicks that Bernard King truly became a basketball icon. From 1982 to 1987, he showcased some of the most electrifying scoring performances in NBA history while wearing the iconic blue and orange of the Knicks. King's scoring prowess reached its peak during the 1984-1985 season when he led the league in scoring, averaging a staggering 32.9 points per game. Here are some key statistics that highlight Bernard King's extraordinary career. Points per game, 22.5 field goal percentage, 51.8% rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game, 3.3 steals per game, 1.0. King's scoring achievements were nothing short of extraordinary, but unfortunately, his career was also marked by injuries. In March 1985, he suffered a devastating knee injury, tearing his ACL, which had a significant impact on his future performance. However, King showed immense resilience and determination, going through rigorous rehabilitation to make a successful comeback to the NBA. In recognition of his incredible career, Bernard King was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2013. His induction was a well-deserved honor for a player who left an indelible mark on the sport of basketball with his scoring artistry and competitive spirit. Beyond his basketball achievements, Bernard King's influence extended off the court. He became an inspiration to countless young athletes, and his story of perseverance in the face of adversity resonated with fans worldwide. Bernard King's legacy in the NBA is defined by his scoring brilliance and the impact he had on the game during his prime. His offensive skills, especially his signature turnaround jump shot, were a sight to behold, and he remains one of the greatest scorers in basketball history. Despite facing significant challenges, King's determination and love for the game allowed him to overcome adversity and cement his place as a basketball icon. His induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame was a fitting tribute to his remarkable career and the joy he brought to fans during his time on the court. Bob Lanier, a dominant force in the NBA, left an indelible mark on the sport of basketball during his illustrious career. Standing at an imposing 6 feet 11 inches tall, Lanier was known for his scoring prowess, rebounding ability, and shot-blocking skills. Born on September 10, 1948, in Buffalo, New York, Bob Lanier attended St. Bonaventure University, where he showcased his exceptional talents on the basketball court. His skill set and physical attributes caught the attention of NBA scouts, and he was selected with the first overall pick in the 1970 NBA draft by the Detroit Pistons. From the moment he stepped onto the NBA hardwood, Lanier made an immediate impact. In his rookie season, he averaged an impressive 22.5 points and 13.7 rebounds per game, earning him the NBA Rookie of the Year award. This stellar performance set the stage for a remarkable career that would span 14 seasons. Throughout his time in the NBA, Lanier played for both the Detroit Pistons and the Milwaukee Bucks. He was a true franchise player, consistently leading his teams to the playoffs and making a significant impact in every game he played. Over the course of his career, Lanier scored an impressive 19,248 points, averaging 20.1 points per game. His ability to dominate in the paint and score from mid-range made him a scoring threat every time he stepped onto the court. Lanier was a force on the boards, pulling down a total of 9,698 rebounds in his career, averaging 10.1 rebounds per game. His tenacity and timing allowed him to control the glass and create second-chance opportunities for his team. Bob Lanier was selected to the NBA All-Star Game a total of 8 times, a testament to his consistent excellence and respect from teammates. In addition to his Rookie of the Year award, Lanier was named to the All-NBA Second Team twice and the All-NBA Third Team 3 times. His impact on the game was recognized throughout his career. Beyond statistics, Bob Lanier was revered for his sportsmanship and leadership both on and off the court. He was known for his humble nature and his commitment to the community, earning him the NBA's J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award in 1978. In 1992, Bob Lanier's contributions to the sport of basketball were rightfully acknowledged, as he was inducted into the prestigious NBA Hall of Fame. His induction was a fitting tribute to a remarkable career that saw him become one of the most dominant centers of his era. Bob Lanier's towering presence in the NBA, both physically and metaphorically, made him a true icon of the sport. His exceptional statistics, numerous accolades, and leadership qualities solidify his place as one of the greatest centers in basketball history. Bob Lanier's legacy continues to inspire generations of basketball players and fans, forever preserving his name among the elite in the NBA Hall of Fame. Pete Maravich, born on June 22, 1947, was a basketball prodigy whose incredible skills and scoring ability left an indelible mark on the National Basketball Association. Maravich's career is celebrated not only for his statistical achievements but also for the innovation and excitement he brought to the game. Pete Maravich's journey to basketball stardom began at a young age, largely under the influence of his father, Press Maravich, a well-respected basketball coach. Pete honed his skills relentlessly, and his dazzling ball handling and scoring prowess were evident during his college years at Louisiana State University. Maravich set numerous scoring records at LSU, averaging an astonishing 44.2 points per game during his 3-year college career. Pete Maravich was selected as the 3rd overall pick by the Atlanta Hawks in the 1970 NBA draft. He made an immediate impact in the league with his flashy style of play and incredible scoring ability. Over the course of his NBA career, Maravich played for the Atlanta Hawks, New Orleans Jazz, and the Boston Celtics. Maravich's scoring ability was legendary. He scored a total of 15,948 points in his NBA career, averaging 24.2 points per game. His ability to put the ball in the basket in a variety of ways made him one of the most exciting players to watch. While known for his scoring, Maravich was also an excellent playmaker. He averaged 5.4 assists per game throughout his career, showcasing his ability to create scoring opportunities for his teammates. Maravich had quick hands and was a solid defender. He averaged 1.4 steals per game, demonstrating his ability to disrupt opponents' offenses. Maravich was ahead of his time when it came to three-point shooting. Although the three-point line was introduced late in his career, he embraced it and became one of the early pioneers of long-range shooting in the NBA. Pete Maravich's impact on the game of basketball extended beyond his statistics. His flashy style of play, including behind-the-back passes and no-look assists, thrilled fans and inspired future generations of basketball players. He was known for his showmanship and flair on the court, making him a fan favorite wherever he played. Pete Maravich's basketball journey was marked by extraordinary statistics, innovative play, and an enduring impact on the game. His scoring ability, combined with his unique style, made him a beloved figure in the NBA. Pete Maravich's name will forever be associated with the excitement and artistry of the sport, earning him a well-deserved place in the NBA Hall of Fame. Bob McAdoo, a name synonymous with basketball greatness, is a distinguished Hall of Famer whose remarkable career and statistics continue to inspire and awe fans of the game. Born on September 25, 1951, in Greensboro, North Carolina, McAdoo left an indelible mark on the National Basketball Association during his illustrious career. Bob McAdoo's NBA journey began when he was selected as the second overall pick in the 1972 NBA draft by the Buffalo Braves, now the Los Angeles Clippers. From the moment he stepped onto the court, it was clear that McAdoo possessed a rare blend of size, agility, and scoring ability that set him apart from his peers. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches tall, he had the height of a center but the skills of a forward, making him a matchup nightmare for opposing teams. One of McAdoo's most notable achievements was his 3 consecutive NBA scoring titles from 1974 to 1976. During these years, he showcased his scoring prowess, averaging an incredible 30.6, 34.5, and 31.1 points per game, respectively. These scoring titles firmly established him as one of the most dominant offensive players in the league. In addition to his scoring titles, McAdoo was also a 2-time NBA champion. He played a pivotal role in helping the Los Angeles Lakers capture back-to-back championships in 1982 and 1985. His ability to contribute both as a scorer and a versatile defender made him a key asset on championship-caliber teams. McAdoo's scoring ability extended beyond his scoring titles and championships. He was named to 5 NBA All-Star teams during his career and earned All-NBA First Team honors 3 times. His scoring versatility was on full display as he could score from inside the paint and knock down mid-range jumpers with ease. Moreover, he was among the first big men in the league to incorporate a reliable three-point shot into his game, a skill that has since become commonplace among modern NBA players. Statistically, Bob McAdoo's career numbers are truly remarkable. Over his 14-season NBA career, he averaged 22.1 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks per game. His rebounding and shot blocking abilities added significant value to his teams on the defensive end. In 2000, Bob McAdoo was honored for his outstanding contributions to the game of basketball when he was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. This recognition solidified his place among the all-time greats of the sport. McAdoo's impact on the game continues to be felt, as he helped pave the way for future generations of versatile big men who could stretch the floor and impact the game on multiple fronts. Beyond his individual and team accomplishments, Bob McAdoo's legacy in the NBA is a testament to his enduring influence on the sport. His ability to redefine the role of a big man, combining size with perimeter scoring, was ahead of its time and has influenced the evolution of the modern NBA game. Bob McAdoo's career in the NBA is marked by exceptional statistics, scoring titles, championships, and a lasting legacy. His scoring prowess, versatility, and defensive abilities make him one of the most well-rounded players in the history of the league. Bob McAdoo's impact on basketball continues to be celebrated, and his legacy serves as an inspiration for aspiring basketball players who seek to excel in all facets of the game. George McGinnis, a name etched in the annals of the National Basketball Association history, represents the epitome of versatility and dominance on the hardwood. George F. McGinnis was born on August 12, 1950, in Indianapolis, Indiana. His basketball journey began at Indianapolis Washington High School, where he was a standout player. He went on to play college basketball at Indiana University before declaring for the NBA draft in 1971, but later chose to play in the ABA. McGinnis, a 6'8" forward, possessed a rare combination of strength, athleticism, and scoring ability. He was a versatile player who could dominate in various facets of the game. He played both forward positions and was known for his ability to score in the post, rebound, and handle the ball. George McGinnis began his professional career in the American Basketball Association, where he quickly established himself as one of the league's premier players. He played for the Indiana Pacers from 1971 to 1975 and then for the Philadelphia 76ers in 1975-1976 after the ABA-NBA merger. During his time in the ABA, McGinnis was a two-time ABA MVP, demonstrating his exceptional skill and impact on the league. He led the Pacers to back-to-back ABA championships in 1972 and 1973, earning Finals MVP honors in 1973. After the ABA-NBA merger, George McGinnis continued to excel in the NBA. He was known for his powerful inside scoring and tenacious rebounding. McGinnis played for the Philadelphia 76ers, Denver Nuggets, and Indiana Pacers in the NBA. He also had a brief stint with the New Jersey Nets. Over his NBA career, which spanned from 1975 to 1982, George McGinnis accumulated impressive statistics. He finished with 19.6 points per game, 9.8 rebounds per game, and 3.0 assists per game. His all-around contributions made him a versatile force on the court, and he was consistently among the league leaders in various statistical categories. George McGinnis was a six-time NBA All-Star, solidifying his status as one of the top players of his era. He earned All-NBA first-team honors in both the ABA and the NBA, showcasing his excellence on both sides of the merger. McGinnis was also a two-time All-ABA first-team selection and a three-time ABA All-Star. McGinnis is remembered for his physical style of play and his ability to dominate the paint. He was a true power forward, and his impact on the game can still be seen in the play of modern forwards who combine size, strength, and skill. After his playing career, George McGinnis remained active in the basketball community. He served as a coach and a mentor, passing on his knowledge and love for the game to the next generation. George McGinnis, a versatile and dominant force on the basketball court, etched his name in the history of the game. His career statistics and awards reflect the impact he had on both the ABA and the NBA. His induction into the Hall of Fame is a testament to his legacy, and his influence on the game remains palpable. George McGinnis will forever be remembered as a Hall of Fame legend who left an indelible mark on the sport of basketball.
Kevin McHale, a name synonymous with excellence in the NBA, left an indelible mark on the basketball world. As a member of the Boston Celtics and a Hall of Famer, McHale's remarkable career is celebrated for his scoring prowess, versatility, and dominant presence in the post. Kevin Edward McHale was born on December 19, 1957, in Hibbing, Minnesota. His basketball journey began at the University of Minnesota, where he developed into a highly skilled forward and caught the attention of NBA scouts. In the 1980 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics selected McHale as the third overall pick, setting the stage for an illustrious career. Kevin McHale is best remembered for his 13-year career with the Boston Celtics, where he played a crucial role in one of the most successful eras in the franchise's history. McHale was a versatile forward with an array of low-post moves and the ability to score with exceptional efficiency. McHale was a key contributor to 3 Celtics championship teams, 1981, 1984, and 1986. His post-play and defensive skills were instrumental in these titles. McHale's consistency and excellence were recognized through his 7 All-Star selections, 1984 to 1991. He was a dominant force in the Eastern Conference during this period. McHale's defensive prowess in the paint was widely acknowledged, earning him 6 selections to the NBA All-Defensive Team. His shot blocking and post defense were legendary. McHale was not only a starter but excelled in a reserve role. He won the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award in 1984 and 1985, showcasing his versatility and impact off the bench. McHale scored a total of 17,335 points in his career, averaging 17.9 points per game. He grabbed 7,122 rebounds, averaging 7.3 rebounds per game. McHale was an elite shot blocker, accumulating 1,690 blocks in his career. Kevin McHale's legacy in the NBA was cemented when he was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1999. His impact on the game, both as an offensive force and a defensive stalwart, made him one of the most complete power forwards in NBA history. McHale's scoring ability in the low post, combined with his shot-blocking skills, set a standard that inspired future generations of big men. His work ethic, basketball IQ, and dedication to his craft made him not only a valuable teammate but also a role model for aspiring players. McHale's induction into the Hall of Fame was a well-deserved honor and a reflection of his extraordinary contributions to the sport. On the statistics and awards, Kevin McHale's name is forever linked with the Boston Celtics' tradition of excellence. He was part of a legendary front court trio with Larry Bird and Robert Parrish, and their dominance on the court helped shape the NBA landscape in the 1980s. His legacy continues to influence the game, and he remains an iconic figure in the world of basketball. Sidney Moncrief, a former NBA player, was born on September 21, 1957, in Little Rock, Arkansas. Known for his exceptional skills on both ends of the court, Moncrief became one of the most respected and accomplished players of his era. Moncrief played college basketball at the University of Arkansas under coach Eddie Sutton. During his college career, he showcased his scoring ability, defensive prowess, and leadership skills. In 1979, he was selected by the Milwaukee Bucks as the 5th overall pick in the NBA draft. In his rookie season, 1979 to 1980, Moncrief made an immediate impact, averaging 16.7 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game. His all-around skills and work ethic quickly earned him recognition as one of the league's top shooting guards. Over the course of his career, Moncrief continued to excel, earning 5 NBA All-Star selections, 1982 to 1986, and being named to the NBA All-Defensive First Team twice, 1983-1984. Moncrief's defensive prowess was particularly noteworthy, as he consistently guarded the opposition's best players. He won the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award for the 1982 to 1983 season, becoming the first guard to receive this honor. While Moncrief was known for his defensive abilities, he was also a reliable scorer. He averaged over 20 points per game in 5 consecutive seasons, 1981 to 1986, and finished his career with an impressive scoring average of 15.6 points per game. In addition to his individual accomplishments, Moncrief played a crucial role in leading the Milwaukee Bucks to sustained success during the 1980s. The team made the playoffs in each of his 10 seasons with the franchise, reaching the Eastern Conference Finals in 1983 and 1984. Sidney Moncrief's impact on the game of basketball extended beyond his playing days. After retiring as a player, he transitioned to coaching and held various coaching positions, including a stint as the head coach of the University of Arkansas Little Rock's men's basketball team. In recognition of his outstanding contributions to the sport, Sidney Moncrief was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2019. His induction underscored his status as one of the greatest players in the history of the Milwaukee Bucks and the NBA as a whole. Sidney Moncrief's basketball career is marked by excellence on both ends of the court, earning him numerous accolades, all-star selections, and a place in the Basketball Hall of Fame. His impact as a player and coach has left a lasting legacy in the world of basketball. So what are your thoughts about Sidney Moncrief? Do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Write in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thanks for watching. Moses Malone, a dominant force in the world of basketball, left an indelible mark on the NBA with his exceptional skills, work ethic, and undeniable impact on the court. Born on March 23, 1955, in Petersburg, Virginia, Malone's journey to becoming a Hall of Famer is a testament to his dedication and prowess in the sport. Malone's professional career began when he skipped college and opted to join the American Basketball Association straight out of high school. He played 2 seasons with the Utah Stars and the Spirits of St. Louis, showcasing his talent and establishing himself as a rising star. After the ABA-NBA merger in 1976, Malone transitioned to the NBA. His career spanned over 21 seasons, during which he played for several teams, including the Houston Rockets, Philadelphia 76ers, Washington Bullets, Atlanta Hawks, Milwaukee Bucks, and San Antonio Spurs. Malone ranks 8th on the NBA's all-time scoring list, amassing an impressive 27,409 points throughout his career. Renowned for his rebounding ability, he sits 5th on the all-time rebounds list with 16,212 boards. Malone was a 12-time NBA All-Star, a 3-time Most Valuable Player, and a member of the NBA All-Defensive First Team twice. He led the Philadelphia 76ers to an NBA championship in the 1982-83 season, adding an NBA Finals MVP award to his list of accomplishments. Malone holds the record for the most double-doubles in NBA history, with an astounding 1,212 during the regular season. Malone's work ethic was legendary. His relentless pursuit of excellence on the court, especially in rebounding and scoring, set a standard for future generations. Malone's dedication to conditioning and improving his skills contributed significantly to his longevity in the league. Malone's impact extended beyond his individual statistics. His physical style of play, coupled with an unmatched determination, influenced the way the game was played. Malone's success as a high school to pro player also paved the way for future stars to consider skipping college and entering the professional ranks directly. In less than a decade, Moses Malone left an indelible mark on the NBA, earning his place among the all-time greats. His tenacity, work ethic, and remarkable skills make him a true legend of the game. The Hall of Fame induction is not just a recognition of his statistical achievements, but a celebration of the impact he had on the sport and the inspiration he provided to future generations of basketball players. Moses Malone's legacy lives on, a testament to the enduring power of dedication and talent in the world of basketball. So what are your thoughts about Moses Malone? Do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Write in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thanks for watching. Earl the Pearl Monroe, a basketball icon and NBA Hall of Famer, left an indelible mark on the sport with his dazzling skills, unique playing style, and remarkable achievements. Earl Monroe, born on November 21, 1944, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, earned his nickname the Pearl due to his smooth and precious playing style. Monroe's journey from a street basketball player to a Hall of Famer is a testament to his exceptional talent and dedication to the game. Monroe attended Winston-Salem State University, where he honed his skills under coach Clarence Big House Gaines. In college, he showcased his scoring prowess, leading the Rams to the NCAA Division II championship in 1967. His stellar college career laid the foundation for his entry into the professional basketball scene. Earl Monroe was selected by the Baltimore Bullets as the second overall pick in the 1967 NBA draft. He made an immediate impact, earning the Rookie of the Year honors. Monroe's playing style was unconventional, characterized by his spins, crossovers, and acrobatic finishes. His flashy moves and scoring ability made him one of the most exciting players to watch. In 1971, Monroe was traded to the New York Knicks, where he joined forces with Walt Frasier to form one of the most dynamic backcourt duos in NBA history. The duo led the Knicks to an NBA championship in the 1972-73 season, and Monroe's contributions were pivotal to their success. His individual achievements are: four-time NBA All-Star, 1969-1971, 1975, NBA Rookie of the Year, 1968, NBA All-Rookie First Team, 1968, All-NBA First Team, 1971, NBA All-Defensive First Team, 1975, and NBA Champion with the New York Knicks, 1973. Monroe's ability to score in various ways and his flair for the dramatic made him a fan favorite, solidifying his place as one of the greatest shooting guards in NBA history. While exact statistics may vary, Monroe's career averages include points per game, approximately 18.8, assists per game, around 3.9, and rebounds per game, approximately 3. These numbers, combined with his impact on the court, reflect Monroe's significance as a premier scorer and playmaker during his illustrious career. Earl Monroe's impact extends beyond the basketball court. His unique style and flair inspired generations of players, contributing to the evolution of the game. In 1990, Monroe was rightfully enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, cementing his legacy as one of the all-time greats. Earl the Pearl Monroe left an indelible mark on the NBA, showcasing a style of play that transcended the sport. His journey from the streets of Philadelphia to the Hall of Fame exemplifies the transformative power of basketball. Earl Monroe will forever be remembered not only for his statistics, but for the artistry and excitement he brought to the game, leaving an enduring legacy for basketball enthusiasts worldwide. So what are your thoughts about Earl Monroe? Do you think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Write in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thanks for watching.